it was really fantastic. And it was such a surprise. I had no idea they were going to do it, but the manager called me. She said, Gay, can you come down to the office for a few minutes?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, yeah, when do you want me? She said, well, as soon as you can get here, right away.
Yeah, come when you can. Yeah.
And, well, it was as soon as you can get here, right away, she said.
Yeah.
So I went down in there in the community room. They had this party set up.
Just for you? Just for going to...
A going away party when I went to Hawaii.
That's so sweet.
And they gave me one of the gifts they gave me was a cup shaped like a pineapple.
Really? How long were we going to Hawaii?
I was over there 2 weeks.
Okay. So it was like bon voyage, see you in 2 weeks, but let's have a party. Oh, that's sweet.
But my granddaughter, they were over there. The one that's in Texas now. Uncle Sam sends them wherever.
Yeah. That's cool.
Mom, I'm sorry. It's taken me a little longer than I thought.
That's okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, because I'm...
Because you're what?
I just want her to be clean when she leaves.
Oh, Sheila? Yeah.
And, you know, she has like 3 loads of laundry, and so I'm sorry. You're okay though, aren't you?
No, she's fine. We're having a good chat.
Want some water?
She's telling me all about how her community threw her a going away party when she went to Hawaii.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
It sounds super cool.
Yeah. They love her.
Yeah.
I mean, what's there not to love, but they love her.
Yeah.
I think a lot of them are jealous because they don't
That's
have...
okay too.
Yeah, because you have people to visit.
Well, not only that, but her age.
Yeah.
And her mobility.
Yeah.
And her mind.
I can't believe you're 95, almost 96.
I can't either.
That effect of that stroke is a drool. I have to watch it.
Yeah. Can I get you anything? Do you need water or anything?
Mm.
Can I get you something? Do you want water?
No. No, I just got choked on the coffee. It'll be okay.
Yeah, went down the wrong pipe. Happens to me too.
But I do that
Mhm.
after I had that light stroke. Well, that happens.
Mhm.
Now, see, I had relatives. I had 4 nieces and a nephew come from Arkansas. And we had a big party for my 94th birthday.
Mhm.
All the kids come, most of the grandkids come up. And my daughters were all there.
Yeah. How many daughters do you have?
3.
3? How many boys?
I had 2 boys, but they both died in 1994.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
But I've known those boys all my life.
Yeah.
I bet.
All my life. I loved them.
Well, and
Don committed suicide. Daryl died. Don had 2 real serious heart attacks. He was a long haul truck driver.
okay. Oh, he was the one that drive truck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he couldn't work anymore.
Yeah.
And that trucking was his life. Him and his wife had busted up,
Sure.
and he committed suicide.
How old was he?
He was, what was he, 50? He was born in 39 and he died in 94.
Okay. Yeah, so it's like early 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the really sad part, Rob, she lost both of her boys within a short period of each other.
That's what she's saying. It happened the same year.
About 3 months and 2
Oh,
weeks. And
Gay, I'm sorry. That's
a
awful.
few days apart.
Oh my God.
That's
But,
terrible.
I had spent the morning with Daryl. He was working, but his wife cleaned the offices where they worked,
Mm-hmm.
and she had pneumonia. Was just getting over pneumonia, so I was doing her cleaning for, you know, she got able to go back.
Sure,
to work.
yeah. She was sick, so yeah.
And I went over on Saturday morning to clean the offices, and he was working. So we spent the morning together. And Helen wanted to go to Lake of the Woods. The doctor told her as long as she would just not move around much, be okay for her to go.
Mm-hmm.
So when he got off from work at noon, he went home and got her, and they went to Lake of the Woods. And my youngest daughter, Janet, and her family was up there.
Yeah.
So Daryl got on the, I can't think what they call them, but they're a little water vehicle you get on the ride.
Oh, like a ski-doo or something?
Yeah, I guess that's what it was.
Yeah.
Went out on the lake, and he was gone just a few minutes, and he come back. He said, it's just too hot out there. It was
Mhm.
in July.
Yeah.
And he come back, and he sat down. He said, I got a horrible case of indigestion. Said, I'm going to go up the lodge and get some Tums.
Uh-oh.
And
Yeah.
Helen says, well, why don't you let Ryan run up and get him? What was their son? And he wasn't quite 15.
Yeah.
And Angie walked by. She was 7 or 8, which is Janet's daughter, and she had a Pepsi in her hand.
Mm-hmm.
And Daryl said, Angie, give me a drink of your Pepsi. And she handed it to him. He took a drink of it.
Yeah.
Killed over with heart attack within just minutes.
Oh, Jesus.
And it was, the paramedics said if he'd have been on the hospital parking lot and had that, they couldn't have done anything.
It still would. It was just massive and done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, there was a paramedic out on the lake, and he had his radio, and he heard it.
Mm-hmm.
So he come right in and started CPR.
Yeah.
But Angie, we didn't know this for a couple of years, but she thought that her giving him that Pepsi had caused that.
Oh no. That's silly. I
And
mean,
she went through that. She didn't talk to nobody about it.
poor
And it was
girl.
a couple of years.
poor girl.
She was telling me about it, and of course, a lot of explaining to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It doesn't. You don't drink a Pepsi and have a heart attack. Like.
No,
No.
but you know, a little kid.
Yeah.
And,
Well, exactly, because I gave it to him, and then then Papa went down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the thing was, Janet's baby she was real little. I don't know. She maybe 3, 4 at the most.
Mm-hmm.
And Janet didn't even know she saw them giving him CPR.
Okay.
But later, Janet caught her with her doll. She'd pump on its chest a while and then blow in its mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, Shelley, what are you doing? She said, well, this is what they did to Uncle Darrell.
Yeah.
So she was giving her doll CPR.
Hmm.
Janet says, I had no idea she even saw that. She thought she was off with her dad.
Yeah.
But poor little Angie, she suffered through that and didn't talk about it. Nobody knew it for it must have been at least 2 years.
Oh, that's too bad. What are your plans for the rest of summer? I know my mom's thrilled you're out here to visit, but what else you got going on?
The only other trip that I would think about going on would be if I go to Texas.
Okay, yeah.
See, I had just gone and
Down to Austin?
Yeah, and I don't think I'll go till next year, or maybe
Yeah.
winter time.
Yeah.
Something, but
Yeah. It's been 100 degrees down there the last month, so
Mhm. I know,
Yeah.
it's horrible. When I used to go back and visit my family in Arkansas, I'd always go in November.
mhm.
The weather had cooled off some by then, and that was a month we didn't get so many lightning and
Yeah.
tornadoes and stuff.
Yeah, avoid the tornadoes. Is it pretty humid down there in the summertime?
Oh, it's horrible.
Yeah. I've never been. Like my trip to Texas is coming up, and it's my first time through the area, so
Yeah.
I don't know what it's like.
Well, I went back. My brother-in-law had to have a hip replacement, and I went back in August one year to help my sister take care of him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you right now, that was the meanest man I ever saw in my life.
Just bad attitude.
Everybody thought Davis was wonderful, and he always was so mellow and easygoing. And when he was in the hospital, the nurses was always complimenting on Luella about her husband was such an easy patient to take care of.
Her name was Luella.
Her name was Luella.
That's a pretty name. It's uncommon these days.
Yeah, and well, she was 18 years older than I am. So
Okay. Okay.
Then
Wow.
it was probably a pretty common name.
What's your birthday?
October 8th, 1920.
My goodness. What a life you've seen.
But anyway, we got him home. That was the contrariest man I ever saw in my life. They had this whole bunch of cats. And them cats wanted out and in constantly.
Yeah.
They'd come to the door and scratch on the door and meow. Well, Davis would wake Luella up or wake me up in the middle of the night to let the cats in. Finally, she said, let's quit doing that. Said, them damn cats can just stay out.
Yeah. Damn those cats.
Said, I'm not going to open that door for them no more. So he tried to get her to go open the door, and she wouldn't. He called me. Well, she told me not to, so I didn't either. He decided he'd get up, open the door, and let the cats in.
Mm.
He fell.
Oh, no.
And we never got him back on his feet.
Mm.
And he was so upset because we wouldn't get up and let his cats out again. He had 3 or 4.
The original cat man.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, and when he ate at the table, he would feed those cats as he ate. He was older than my sister.
Really? He would feed the cat the table scraps?
He'd feed the cats. Cat would be here, and he'd put something over for it, and he'd take something out of his plate over here for another one. But they had 2 dogs that was absolutely the worst spoiled dogs I ever saw in my life.
Do you know what kind of dogs they were?
One of them was, they called it a feist. He was just a little bitty dog.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he was bigger than this little dog, but he
Gotcha.
was small.
This one, Little Moshi? Yeah.
And the other one was, not a German Shepherd, but looked similar to that.
Mm-hmm. Kind of big dog.
A huge dog.
Yeah.
Well, this dog, the big dog, could get out of the dog pen.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way you could get him back in was give him cookies.
Oh, so he took bribes.
Yeah, and my sister bought chocolate chip cookies. She'd buy the cheapest brand she could find.
Sure, because they're for the dog, yeah.
And if that dog got out, well, then take a handful of chocolate chip cookies out and get him back in the pen.
Yeah, well, because if a big dog, there's no way you're going to force that dog to do anything.
No, you couldn't. He
No.
was big. You couldn't pick him up.
Yeah, but if he takes cookies,
But every morning, well, the last time I saw her, she had caretakers. She wasn't able to do it, but she would scramble a pan of eggs and take out and feed those dogs.
she's feed the dogs eggs?
Yeah.
Huh.
They had their scrambled eggs for breakfast every morning.
Well, la-di-da. Fancy dogs.
She had them spoiled. But the little dog would dance with her. That was the funniest thing. My sister was taller, probably taller than I am.
Mm-hmm.
And this little old tiny dog, and there she'd bend over like this, and he'd hold his front paws. He would just dance all over the house with her.
Oh, that's cute.
And he had a tennis ball he played with.
Yeah. This
What?
one, the dog, like, there's Willie, but before Willie, there was another before him named Harley.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a tennis ball that he would just love. Actually, it was a racquetball, like the little blue balls.
Mm-hmm.
He would come to you with that ball 24 hours a day. And we would throw the ball for him, and he would run and catch it until he was literally passing out. Like, he would just not stop. He would not stop. He loved that ball.
Well, Tiger loved this tennis ball, but there was this one chair that he liked to lay in.
Mm-hmm.
But that chair had a loose cushion in it, so his tennis ball get over in the corner and it'd go down under that cushion. He couldn't get it.
Yeah.
So he'd be just way off across the room or something. You could say, Tiger, where's your ball? He'd run and jump in that
He'd go
chair.
get it. Yeah.
he'd start scratching because he couldn't
It's
get
right
it
here.
out there.
Yeah. Harley would do the same thing. His balls would get caught on the couch, and like, Harley, where's your ball? And he'd go, ooh, 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 and like run, and you'd have to fetch it for him. It was
Yeah.
either under the couch or in a cushion. Yeah.
Yeah, Tiger would get his if he could, but if it was under that cushion, he'd get up and start scratching that. Of course, he couldn't scratch the cushion away, and
Nope.
he wasn't big enough. But